out, we gon' walk the talk. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Current events on the front page, but I want your voice on the main stage. Politics, policy, and the price of bread. Still we find a way to fill our cups with bread. From barbershop logic to auntie wisdom, from block party joy to the whole damn rhythm. I ask the questions, you keep it plain. We turn shit pain into shit gain. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build.
Yeah, I might.
New mic, new nights, new flame. L. Talk, say the name. From the news to the block to the kitchen table. We can laugh, get deep, keep it all stable. I bring the facts, you bring the truth. We talk that life from the grown-up youth. Black voices loud, black joy too. Black pain, black pride, black dreams come through. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way. Hell that talk, we gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Current events on the front page, but I want your voice on the main stage. Politics, policy, and the price of bread. Still we find a way to fill our cups with bread. From barbershop logic to auntie wisdom, from block party joy to the whole damn rhythm. I ask the questions, you keep it plain. We turn shit pain into shit gain. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way. Hell that talk, we gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Black community, let the whole room ride. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Bring it loud, bring it low. Bring your story to the road. Every seed got a voice in it. Every hurt got a choice in it. We can disagree and still stay close. Still break bread, still roast that post. Still love hard, still shine bright. Still keep it real when we talk all night. Hell that talk. We gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. Hell that talk, hell that talk. Black community, let the whole room ride. Hell that talk. Hell that talk, real talk, good time, we don't ever stop. Hell that talk, pull up, tune in, let the truth get high.
Yeah, I might.
New mic, new nights, new flame. L. Talk, say the name. From the news to the block to the kitchen table. We can laugh, get deep, keep it all stable. I bring the facts, you bring the truth. We talk that life from the grown-up youth.
Scott Free is going live.
Black pain, black pride, black dreams come through. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way.
Scott Free is going live. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
People, sorry for all the confusion. It's a little technical difficulties. That's why we late. People, welcome back to a brand new episode. All right, now to get this thing together. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Morning Show. I am your host himself, L. Scott. You see the name on the screen, people. Hold on, let me get something set up because we're gonna get this thing popping in a little bit. Boop, boop, bow, get in there. Get in there. Up, boom, get you in there. There you go, right there. Just wanted to set that up for later. Anyway, people, on today's episode, it is Monday, and I don't have much to talk about. But just like everybody else, I got a lot I could talk about. Let me stop saying that, because we got a lot that we could talk about today. But it's Monday, and I didn't have a lot of time today to be able to set up a lot of different conversations. But if you're looking at YouTube, if you're on YouTube right now, you see on the screen right now, Mr. One and the only, Mr. Officer Tatum. I'm tempted to just do an episode about him today, because I saw probably half. I ain't gonna say half. I probably saw like 20 minutes of his video, and there's so much in there that I can eat off of for this dude to just dispel everything that he has to say. But I do want to say, we may dive into that, but we got a lot to talk about in my timeline on top of it. But let me get a little due diligence out of the way. People, like I tell you every time when you come in, I appreciate you for coming. My name is L. Scott. I appreciate you for showing up for the Scott Free Morning Show today. It's Monday, so I know you probably got the Monday blues. I know you do, because I do. I've over this morning had to pep myself up. It was caffeine all this morning. And not because I was tired, it was like, it's Monday. So you know what I'm talking about. So I'm here to relieve some of that pressure, maybe get your mind, well, it probably ain't gonna make it feel good after some of the conversations we're gonna have today, but at least we'll have a chance to have a conversation when you ain't got to think about your own problem. We'll just tell you about the world problem, because the world is in trouble right now. And I'm just here to report the news. That's it. That's all I'm here to do, and that's it. I appreciate everyone coming again. Again, if you are watching on YouTube, I appreciate you. That channel on YouTube is called 300 Radio. Why is it 300 Radio versus Scott Free Morning Show like you see on the screen if you're on TikTok or wherever else we're streaming right now? And that is because 300 Radio is the platform that all of the podcasts, all of the things that I do and others will be doing and others have been doing, will be housed all in that one space. We, people, I know I said every week, we are inches away from being up and live with the website again. That way you'll be able to hear everything live, all the playbacks in one place. You won't have to go find it, search it on the line. You'll be able to find it there. And I'm excited for you guys to see what the work we put into it. But we're close, I promise you. I'm not lying to you. I got to do some work today on it. Hopefully we'll be done by the end of the week. But anyway, if not sooner. But anyways, go to 300 Radio and the number 1 on YouTube, and that's the easiest way to follow the platform, and you'll get to see all of the content we're doing today. Unfortunately, on the other platforms, they frown upon me putting any images on the screen, so I very rarely even put any up there. So being that I can't put any images up there, I want you guys to go over to YouTube if you want to see it. 300 Radio and the number 1. Otherwise, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. I rambled all through that. Hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, if you so please. Okay, people, first up, let me get this off the screen, Mr. Tatum. We're going to come back to you, buddy. Again, if you're a new person to hear what we generally do, we have a main topic. The main topic today is really a catch-all term. I just needed something to get your attention, to get you in here, but it is a deception of Trump. Now, am I defending Donald Trump? No. None of what I'm saying defends Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a tool, just like all the rest of them folks is a tool for something bigger than all of us. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a person, people, families, aliens, spirits or ghosts. I don't know. Something devil, I don't know what it is, but something doesn't like us humans to be happy, healthy, and free. And you can tell by the way the things that they do, some of the stuff that's happening in the world, so we're going to get into it. That's why I say it's a catch-all term today. Deception ain't Trump. Trump's just the smoke screen. Look, while we're running, I was out today early, and I went to the barbershop, and I was at the barbershop earlier today. And when I was there, they got to talking about the Fauci, and they got to talking about Bill Cosby, got to talk about, let me just say like this, without telling too much. So, young lady's in there getting her hair cut. She's in there with her daughter getting her hair cut. You know, sometimes the women in there. And when I came in, they brought up whether or not Bill Cosby was innocent. And people, and I'm not going into the long spiel today, we're going to be all day long if I tell y'all my opinion. But I am a supporter of Mr. Cosby until otherwise proven. I do not believe anything from known liars. The reason why I say this is thinking that I told them in the barbershop, because the lady was appalled. Oh my God, if you support him, you must support Diddy too. I was like, but I'll get there. The reason why I don't support them folks when it comes to Bill Cosby is this. There's multiple reasons. One, majority of these things they say happened in the 60s and the 70s. For one, 60s and the 70s, just like the 80s and the 90s, just like 2026. You tell me what Negro you know that is too powerful that a white woman can't bring him down. I'm sorry, it don't exist. You could be a billionaire, and I give you that lemon. Pete Diddy, billionaire, got taken down by one of his call girls, basically, allegedly. And like, I'm not saying that what he did to her was fair or right. I'm not. I'm not. But what I'm telling you is that when it comes to the way that this W supremacy works, is they don't care. Any excuse to get you, they gonna get you. And for some odd reason, they seem to need to get black men at all times. And I was just trying to stress to her about Mr. Cosby is this. It's too many things. I being that I don't know him or any of these other people personally, you can only look at the things that you know that they have agreed to being true, things that they have disagreed to not being true. And then you have to take firsthand accounts of people around them. Then you have to take accounts of all those things. I use human nature. I use people's opinions. I use other things around it. But I still don't know. But what I can tell you is this. You can't tell me that this man did this to all these people, and then every time somebody pressed one of the women, her story didn't add up, so they had to discard them. That doesn't make sense to me. That's one. Two, I also know they will hang them. I don't even know the words I can use on here no more. I know they'll come out of a black man. They'll hang him from a tree. You know what I mean. In a minute, and they'll use any excuse to do it. I know that man, they say was the #1 donor to HBCUs. Same thing y'all give to Barack Obama. I love Obama. He gave HBCUs to him. Okay, so did Bill Cosby. I don't like him no more. I'm not a fan of jumping out the window just because them folks said that's what it is. Reason why I say that is this. These are, you're not gonna, I said this at the barbershop. I sit here and watch CNN because I got a video. CNN got into it. One of the CNN correspondents got into it with Robert Kennedy about them lying about the COVID shot. And I watched him. So I agree with him on this one. I'm no Republican or no Democrat. But them motherfuckers all was lying. All of them said on TV telling us one thing, scaring the hell out of them. And then now they all, we didn't know. People were trying to tell you. Y'all call them quacks and everything else. But when I was at the barbershop, I told them, I said, what you're not going to get me to do is, when the media is a place that, like I said, if Nolan Wells right now family is going through pure T hell and they don't look like nobody's being held accountable for nothing. Days are passing, hours are passing, minutes are passing. Carmelo Anthony gets in trouble. First thing they did, lock him up. Yeah, he gonna at least have to go to jail out the gate. We're gonna have to charge him. He gonna have to be on house arrest. These kids, ain't nobody saying nothing. So you're not gonna get me one day to have that conversation to where these people can make it up, make excuses. The media can all back it up. The media can make excuses, and then think I'm gonna turn around and believe anything you say. No. I'm gonna take the same thing you say to me. If, in the court of law, if you perjure yourself, i.e. lie, you are no longer a credible witness, and they will remove you from the stand. So if you have lied to black folks a million bajillion times, like they have, you cannot use these people's reference points solely off I can't go solely off the basis of what they saying to me, because they are known to be known liars. So no, I don't deal with that. Like, I'm gonna show you what I was talking about. This whole thing with CNN. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me see. Can I find that video? Where is that widget? Right here. Robert Kennedy. And this is correspondent from CNN going at it. Let's just listen, people.
You want to talk about
borders in Spain getting
okay, do you want to talk about assertions that you can't support? I'll get there in a second. Let me just say, for the record, that I am not saying that the entire way that the COVID reaction was accurate. It was a scary time, and people made mistakes.
No. I don't even need to hear his response. See, people, you're not going to shame people like myself. I got shamed. I got told I was crazy. I got family members wouldn't deal with me no more. You're not going to turn around and you have people out here saying, hey, this drug right here and this thing here helps and this is not, and this is a lie and that's a lie. And hey, this person is saying this has adverse effects, but we're not going to sit here. No, you're all crazy. They made us all sound like we were crazy because we didn't want to take this stuff, because we didn't believe the stuff that was being told us. And now it's, oh, we didn't know no better. No, I don't go for that. No, that's an easy excuse. See, another thing in the barbershop bothers me. I don't understand it. Like, they got to talk about Fauci, and they was in there just, oh no, what happened is Fauci said this, and this is what happened, and the reason why he pleaded the fifth was because of no, you just regurgitated the BS that they just told you. No, Fauci is the fall guy. That's why he was pardoned. You don't give a person a pardon for no reason and they ain't did nothing. He's the fall guy. His job is to go out there and take them, I plead the fifth bullets. Being puners, excuse me. I can't say that. That's his job. He's out there just to do that. And once he's finished taking all of them, he's going to go off into the sunset with his millions and billions of dollars. And what they have done under the process, under him, because now everybody else is just, we just didn't know no better. We didn't know nothing. Nobody told us nothing. So you didn't have a court. You had, everybody was lock and step together. So every doctor you met with, every scientist you met with, all said, yep, this is what the science is telling us. Then why you got 200,000-300,000 people all banded together trying to get you not to do all this stuff, and y'all call them crazy, and a lot of people, ended up underneath oceans and places like this just that they didn't want to live no more. That don't make no sense. None of this makes any sense. You did it on purpose. You corrugated a hit on the people, and then now you're trying to cover it up. Same thing I said. Another thing I said that bothers my spirit. People, I'm gonna get to the chat room in a minute. Hit the like button. Share the live, people. I appreciate you. I do. Do you know what chaps my hide more than anything else right now? It is this file. Why does this file bother me so much? And I'm talking about the file. You know, the file. Them peoples always talking about the file. Everybody's making reference to the file. Everybody, oh, he's in the file. Oh, you know, Senator is in the file. Everybody's in the file. But what I'm not getting is this. Let's just take Diddy, since we were talking about him. Diddy we was told that he needed to be removed. Horrible. He got to go. The baby oil is everywhere. He's lacing it with drugs. Everything's happening. We got to get rid of him. It's crazy. We don't feel safe. But in this situation, you are telling us openly now. This is not even covert. This is not even illusion. This is not innuendos or conjecture. They have admitted to this. We have a file with information on all sorts of people that did all sorts of things, mainly to underage people or humans. Let's use our words carefully. We've done it to them, and we know who they did it, on the dates they did it, at what place they did it at. Now, the only issue we're having now is, can we get enough senators and people alike and presidents and House of Representatives and blah, blah, blahs? We need to come to a consensus on whether or not we need to, can we get this passed so we can get this information put out and blow the wheels off of this thing? We're trying to get it passed. Sounds beautiful if you've never seen a clean glass of water in your life. That's a dirty glass response if I've ever seen one. Because I've seen them tell black people, if you've done something, give you a class example. Black YouTubers, influencers, somebody, a couple, decided they were going to get $1 million or $2. I can't remember the total. From a PPP loan. Now, never mind that Amazon just got in trouble for theft of people through their Amazon Prime, and they had to pay billions. Google's had to pay billions. I've had insurance companies had to pay billions. I've had people kept me these little checks over here of billions of dollars. No one ever goes to prison. So comparable, these two YouTuber influencers, whoever they are, they decided to give them 40 years apiece in prison. So my issue is the fact of things always seem to, when it's on the common man side of things, we can't let this go. This criminal enterprise of this one family, man and woman, is such a detriment to society. We need them off the street today. Carmelo Anthony, the young man who has never had a history of any violence, any past, anything at all. The man has never had any issues with the law at all. This man has no record of violence at all. Had an act of things what we all know was amongst a scuffle. We can figure out a way that he needs 35 years in prison, but this, we just can't figure it out. No, what it is that you're asking us as common people to respect a law that you do not have to. Why do I say that? To round out the subject, the file means Everyone knows that a crime has been committed, and yet no one is being held accountable because we need to make a vote to see if we do it. You have just officially told the common man, you are on a different level below mine, unfortunately. And then see, I'm going to tell you the difference, I think, between me as a black American man and most other groups of people. I think everyone else understands that and is okay with it, came to terms with it. And I'm sorry, I never will ever capitulate to that. Can I do anything to stop it by myself? No. Am I saying that I can? No, but I am free enough to understand that if I could, I would. Yes, I would. Because this is crazy that people don't understand that that's something that they're telling us openly in your face. Once your society gets to that point, we're in trouble. That means no more do we need to hide it. I was just telling somebody the other day. Again, I tell people on here all the time, the way that they conquered the world was not through force. That's not how they move. They do not move through force. They have never conquered through force. And they do now when they drop pum-puners everywhere. But before they had pum-puners, they never came at you that way. There was no way that a small group of people who they openly admitted themselves were a small group of people that are back in colonial times. Not even the mass amount of people who came later. So this is a small group of people did not come over here and conquer you that way. It's impossible. And the reason why I know this is because if they was willing to just come over and conquer you this way openly and to do this to everyone in the world, what has changed today when you have you have superior weaponry? Why don't they just go into the black neighborhood and just throw you in a plantation and call it a day? They did it once. Why they don't do it again? Why they not doing it now? Why do we have to go through the process of poisoning your water, telling it it's your own fault, having you removed from your household through social services? Why are we doing all this other wraparound stuff? You just got it like you did before. Just go take it. If we just such a big problem that's in the way that you just go take it. Why don't do it like that? I think people don't even look at it like that. I do. And to me, let me finish out my thought. I'm not going to leave it alone because I'm ready to get off on a tangent. Good Lord. To me, I just say this. It's hard to respect something when people are.
You were scaring people.
Hold on, my bad. Sorry about that. Moving on. What else I got in here before I get into this chat? I appreciate you guys for showing up today. How's everybody doing today? Hit the share button, hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Like I say, I had a little technical difficulties coming in. Guys, today, I'm just going to hit my timeline. It's Monday. And if you got the Monday blues, like I got Monday blues, let's just go through the Monday blues together. What's the first thing up right here? What's this up? Listen to this, people. This is crazy.
And do you have any science to back up your opinion?
The best data are autopsies. So in the largest autopsy series published to date, I know because I'm the senior author, of all the deaths we examined, and we re-reviewed them. We had an adjudication committee. We had ways of arbitration deciding on did the vaccine cause death. The answer is, of these cases that came in for autopsy after vaccination, 73.9% of individuals, it was determined that the vaccine was the cause of death. First,
people, who remembers in 2020, 2021, hearing the grassroots of black folk say this very thing? Don't take that. This thing is going to harm you. These people are going to harm you. They called you crazy. Allegedly. There you go. Good job. My button ain't working. Let me get my button together. I got to redo some cussing. They told us. They said, look, we were all crazy at that time. Look, I'm just tired of this. And I guess I'm tired to talk about it. This is what it is. Let me tie it into the subject of today. Trump deception. This is what I said. I'm going to get into it. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to tie all this together. The way politics I've learned and understood the way it works is that you are on a hamster wheel of life. As long as I give you enough fear and enough relief, just the right amount of relief, just the right amount of fear, just the right amount of relief, you will stay in this cycle as we do all the things that we want to do to shape and mold the world that we want it to look like. And I'm going to get to that, what I'm trying to tell you. It's a deception going on. So rock with me, share the live, follow the channel. I promise you'll never see it again. So as they're shaping and molding, I'll give you an example. When Obama, I said, how this country come out of Obama. This is not Trash Obama Day. We did that on Tuesday. You come out of Obama, who's one of the most passive, soft-spoken. I am the most liberal man on earth. And how does the nation say, we love you as a whole? This man left with good ratings. This man left with the country said, we cool with you so much. Even the white people that don't like no Negroes say, he all right. Some of them. So we go from that. How do you turn around, go from that to the most far-right, liberal, conservative, we ate everything and everything moving, Trump right behind it? How do you do that? That makes no sense. That would be two different nations. How did that happen? That means you don't vote for shit. They already have where they're going, as long as you're on the hamster wheel. So what was Trump's job? Coming out of Obama. Obama's job was to usher. Obama did multiple things. If you understand what happened, Obama ushered in the gig culture, meaning Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats. He ushered in the culture of that to where you now have to basically Uber to supplement money. If we can have a conversation about it, it ain't about that today. You don't believe me? Look it up. That's Obama. Obama's other thing was to open up two lanes, Cuba and to Africa. He opened up both. They got rich in Africa. They're getting rich. They were trying to get rich in Cuba. Cuba's a little smarter. I digress. So we go over to Trump. Trump's job now is to do this. But see, when Obama's doing all this stuff, he's out here walking cool and dapping up people. You don't know that you're losing all of your wealth underneath Obama. That's his job. Now, the next thing is to do is this. Oh, here comes Trump. Let's overtly do things. Let's do this loud. Let's do this. Let's throw toilet paper at people in Puerto Rico. Let's do all kinds of crazy things. Why you looking at all his crazy antics? They writing bills and they moving land over here. They moving this. You figure out in 2020, he comes in 2016, 2017, they signing bills that's making it to where they know the vaccine's coming in 2020. They know all of this stuff because they're already planning for it. Nothing this world goes through isn't a plan. Classic example, and I'm not getting off subject, I promise it's on subject, but there's a deception going on, people. Right now, why? How? With all of those people, how did all of those people somehow, some way know to go 66,000 people know to get in the water and it's time to cross over the water today if they want a back call sent out? Something, people, is amiss. Why is immigrants overrunning places? All the European nations getting overrun with immigrants. Something's not right here. Someone's calling you. I have videos. I can play them. I have plans to play them. I may do it later. You got Africans running up into Europe. You got Moroccans running up into Europe. Side note, before we get there, before we get to the deception of what could potentially be going on because they're just moving pieces, I keep noticing this. I keep saying to people, they have a 0 birth rate. When you have a 0 birth rate, you need to replenish numbers. All you are watching is, not with the Africans, but they're the smoke screen. But all you're watching is them replenishing their numbers. You got to understand, when you have a 0 birth rate and you can't come out of that, y'all got to move closer together and you got to start co-opting other groups of people. Again, remember, Italians, Irish, these people were not considered white at one point. White teeth, sorry, I love it, TikTok. Sorry, I forgot. They wasn't considered that. They had. Hold on a second. That thing getting on my nerve. They had to be co-opted in. If you can see now, Hispanics are being co-opted in. 90% of them are classified white on paper. They're co-opting them in 1-2 generations. Nobody's gonna know anything about the Mexicans anymore. They're just gonna be white tea. I love TikTok shop. You're right. Thanks, love. It's coming. And see, I think what they're doing is they're allowing those Middle Easterns to come in because those are classified. It's the same thing. So it's just, I think people don't understand this is what's happening. Now, let me stop because they don't put me on restrictions. I told you, I don't understand what I be saying. I just be talking. I thought we were just having a good time. But they don't put me on restrictions. Well, I appreciate all the love of the people who do come in. Let me get back to my point. So my point is, while we're over here arguing about, like you say, him putting up a meme, or Fauci come doing this, because why last week? Why out of all weeks of all the stuff that was going on in the world, and why did Capitol Hill feel the need to pull him then? It's just to talk about something different. We did. We all pivoted like puppets, and we all started talking about it. See, what I'm learning is that everything is about moving pieces. Look, people, have y'all seen this show called Silo? It's a show called Silo. It's a good show. It's a show about people moving. They had to move. Humankind had to move underground because I think the world was coming to an end. Something like that. It was something like that. They had to wait because I don't remember. Something happened. I was watching it. I forgot. I was like 2 or 3 episodes in. But I keep saying to people, for some odd reason, they let art imitate life, and they be telling you, but they don't be telling you. How about they got out there now Silo? Same thing, just like the TV show. Well, let me find this. Just like the TV show, if I can find it. They got this same thing. Where does that thing go at? I gotta find that thing. Hold on. God darn it. Hold on. Where is this thing at? Boop, boop. I'm gonna find it. I gotta show you this. Is this it? Hold on.
Next time someone tells you it's impossible to create.
That's not it. Hold on.
Borders in Spain.
Okay.
I'm gonna find that. Uh-oh.
Check this.
Wait, could this be true?
Uh-oh. Was that it? Hold on. That may have been it. Hold on. That may have been it.
Check this shit out. I
Yeah,
promise you,
it.
y'all gonna start
Listen.
seeing this probably in the next 2-3 years. Silo residences, 144 stories underground. Mark my words, y'all about to start seeing a lot of shit like this in different cities, towns, states, whatever. But it's coming.
The silo residences, where being underground means moving up. Make deeper connections with other inhabitants inside the on-site cafeteria, providing organic farm-to-tray meals grown right beneath your feet. And sleep deeper as you retreat into peaceful and almost inescapable isolation.
Okay, so not here to sell y'all on the silos. They ain't really give you a pitch for the silo. But listen, this is my point. I keep saying this. So they're selling underground. They're moving goods underground. They're taking water and moving it underground. Why are they going underground? Why are we not acting like our lakes are not drying up? Like, I don't know. Are we just wishful thinking that it ain't gonna happen? Nothing bad gonna happen. You know what I think it is? I think that we have been living in the United States and living this type of existence somewhat the same way pretty much our whole lives. And we just think it's never gonna change. And I don't think you understand that what's happening right now is they're moving pieces. You're watching in real time. One day you're gonna wake up and they have moved all the pieces and they've left you to hang. It's like at this point, people, like everybody, like all the Democrats, all the CDCs and all the people, everybody always talking about him. Like I was just watching right before I went on the air. I was having microphone issues, but I was up there trying to figure out and we was watching microphone, and I was watching Roland Martin talk to Jim Clyburn in South Carolina, and they were talking about what they needed to do to get Democrats needed to do to get black folks out to vote. And he was like, we need to target black folks. No, you need to do for black folks. Why do you need to target us? Oh, he needs to start spending money and speaking directly to black. No, give black folks something and they gonna vote for you. See, again, in your face, they telling you they ain't gonna do nothing for you. They talking about how to sell to you, how to get you on board. And they telling you to your face. And it's almost like it comes off like it's a positive. It's not a positive. Here, newsflash, black folks need something. Jobs, money, health, wealth, an option. How about an option? How about an option to eat fruit that is real? How about an option to, when I go to college, I do all the things you say I do. I'm paying my student loan debt back. I just want a job that's comparable of what I'm supposed to make. How about that? How about stores are not allowed to price gouge food and water and necessities? How about taking utility companies and stop telling them just because a data center that you didn't fucking ask for is here now and they're sucking all of the electricity off that you now have to pay for? How's that fair to you? That's my problem. This world, for some reason, we seem like we got to do this. I don't have to do anything. We do not have to do any of this. You know, one thing I can't stand, and not to get sidetracked, but one thing I cannot stand is in this world now is when people say things like, you know, I just want to make enough money to pay my bills. Why the fuck do I got to pay you? Why you got 2 legs, 2 arms, hopefully, 10 fingers, 10 toes. You urinate like I urinate. You do what I do, you can do the same thing. Why I got to pay you something before I can get something? To me, this capitulation to it's just the way it is. It's like maybe I'm foreign, maybe I'm an alien or something. Because I feel weird because the stuff that we do, it's like, believe me, this is why I look at politicians sideways. Because if I was doing it, if I was in control, it would be like, why are we charging people for stuff we know we ain't got to price gouge them for? Why is this cool? Why is this okay? Why is everybody okay with this just because we making money? No, I care about the people that I had to suffer around when I was a child. I saw my aunties and uncles and people struggling. I saw that. Look, let me tell you this. So over the weekend, I'm watching this video. This is this show called, what's it called? It's on YouTube. It's called Origins. So on this show, Origins, they do like a white swap, but they do a family swap. And of course, it's in Europe. And of course, the black family is the poor family, and then the white D family is the white family, right? I mean, it's the rich family, and they switch places. And which I noticed to be true, that everywhere globally, black people are at the bottom. Globally, I know this to be true. But as I'm watching the show, I'm sitting thinking to myself, but why? Why are we going for this? Why isn't it like the nations that are melanated just say, nah, we know y'all sucking off the tit of all of us. Why we just don't say nah? Why you ain't got 2, 3 of them to just say nah? 3, 4, 5 countries, nah. You like Africa, and this is not dog Africa. I'm just saying it's the biggest continent. Even with Haiti, why Haiti don't? I'll even throw all of them in a minute. Why y'all don't call each other up since y'all got the nations and y'all have real countries and all the other stuff? Y'all run your own shit and all this other stuff. Why nobody call each other? Look, man, let's do something, man. Uh-oh, lost my sound. Hold on a second. Can you hear me sound? Tell me if you can hear my sound. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. It says you can hear it on my end. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it says you can hear it on my end. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You can hear me. Okay, cool, Ben. POV, I can't see the first name. Refresh your page and come back in. Maybe that's your problem. But nah, man, I'm at a point now. What'd you say? Yeah, I'm just gotten to the point. I think maybe as I've gotten older, maybe I'm too independent when it comes to it. And it's just, to me, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. You told us the stories. Now, I believe these are stories about how amazing the white D-Man and how he went from this place to this place and he built something. And now they're doing it now because they have everybody under the spell that they need them to be able to do it. Now, it's easy to get folks to move when you got people just willing to do stuff. Like Africa right now, even to us in America, we working for these slave wages. And they're telling us they're giving us less. And we ain't doing nothing about it. And it's just like, we know the CEO is making 80% of the lion's share of the money while he's dispensing 20% of it to amongst the 8,000 or 80,000 employees. You're like, come on, man. That's not humane. That's, for one, there's no humanity in that. 2, you do know that's not how it has to be. We don't need a Wall Street. Like, it's amazing to me, the things that we need to move society forward healthy, to keep things so we can grow in a healthy manner, makes no money. Teachers, scientists, they'll even underpay a doctor that really is doing work. But then you'll go to Wall Street where something's not needed. Excuse me, I love TikTok. I need to leave these certain groups alone. Let me calm down. It's just certain industries that is not important in the grand scheme of things. To be honest, all you need is food, clothing, and shelter. If you have food, clothing, and shelter, there is everything else should be an abundance of, time. You do realize, look, let me paint a picture for you. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but this is real. This is real shit. You can do this. This is real shit. You realize that you could take, as long as we had a source of food, a way to make clothes and have clothing, and a way to somewhere to live, everything else, we could borrow our time to doing the building of something and everyone can eat off of it. And no one ever should have to make any money. You just have to borrow time. Now, you're going to say, people ain't going to want to borrow the time. Yes, they would if they feel freer. if they have a home. I can give you a class example. Look at the society, especially for men. Y'all say these men, they don't respect. Now, you know why people don't respect stuff? Because when you give somebody something that they didn't earn, they don't respect it. That's why white people don't respect all the money that they have. That's why they blow it every day, because they don't earn it. So what I'm going to tell you like this. When I look at it like this. You want a person to earn their money, make them build their house. If a man wants a home, he needs to build his house. Even if you give him the supplies and the resources to do so. If he put his own blood, sweat, and tears into it, he put that wall up, he put that socket in, he put that plumbing system in. I promise you, when you say this is what you're going to have to keep up and maintain, it is yours, but you got to maintain this. Have to maintain it. And you're going to have to build in the community outside of it. But outside of that, food, clothing, and shelter, as long as we produce that, that is the society that's all we need. And we can build the most beautiful thing in the world. But no, there's greed involved. There's somebody who wants everything and wants you to have nothing. You know how bad it is? It's not the fact that somebody just wants to be rich. They want you to have nothing. That's why I don't want to be in a system like this. It's because they don't want you to have anything. People say, well, leave the country. That's not a country thing. That's global. They deprive everybody of resources to the point where they have to beg for everything. They want you completely under the thumb. And it's like, what is wrong with you when you need that much? Oh, we're just special. You're not special when you have to subjugate to make for yourself. I say this all the time. I use big business as an example. In my area where I live at in Atlanta, I have to have Xfinity, right? They won't allow me to have any other company other than Xfinity. So now, when I have to call Xfinity for problems, these are the worst customer service in the world. Why is it? Because they don't have to invest into customer service, because there's a monopoly on things. That is how they are got ruled. Let me give you an example, people. When you call businesses, when you in store, when you need a delivery, does the person bring it to your door properly, or do they want to leave it at the bottom foot of the stairs? Do people steal your stuff in the whole night? All this is happening because the people they are letting in didn't earn this. You notice no one's from here anymore. I can see it. I'm not trying to bag on foreign people who just got here. What I'm going to tell you is when someone ushers you in without making you go through something, and when you're given debit cards, when you've been given to housing, when you've given priority over the people who are already here, and it's happening all over the world, that's what's happening in Spain. They got one country over there, they was talking about some Africans came in, 10,000 of them. They have now surpassed the amount of people who were populating the area. These people are allowed to come in and do this. You want to know how I know it? Ain't nobody been shot. Excuse me. Uh-oh. You talking about white people, that's all they do. That's all they want to do. They want an excuse to do it. You trying to tell me people running through borders? And how is it all men? You be like, oh, this is crazy. They all jump. All men? What is going on? This is something's not right. And I'm telling people, look, and I'm gonna tell you why it has implications for us. The world is moving too fast, and it's because we're getting too hip to the game. This is what I was trying to explain to them earlier today, and nobody got it in the barbershop. This is what they did not get. It isn't by accident. Never is. There's nothing that ever happens to us is by accident. When that thing, we put it on, ding, 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 the big C, COVID, we did that thing. The reason why I knew it wasn't right, it is because multiple reasons. One, you don't prioritize black people positively ever. So I don't know, for the fools that I heard say, they said your grandma and grandpappy for black folks who need it most. And I'm like, who's that dumb? I know you don't think black people are dumb. I hope black people are not that dumb. I really do, because to me, that makes no sense. I was, no. Even if I was considered, which I won't, I knew then I won't do it. Look, I want to tell black people something. There has never been a time in American history when they did something positively for you. And if they did so knowing that they were going to follow it up with something that was going to be very detrimental behind it. Yes, you hit it on the head, POV. It is a solid one. That's why I call it a deception of Trump. Trump is so overt out loud is that you looking at him over here, he's over there. All the shit that's going over on this end is crazy has happening right now. See, well, I say this to my sister, my baby, my oldest, biggest sister. My big sister said, we were getting into it one day because she said me and her get into it. She was telling me about she was a voter. I'm not a voter for the process. It's BS. I'm not getting in the middle of this dumb stuff. And we got to talking about it. And when Trump got into office, I said that, Trump got in office. This is what it was. She said, we were talking about how the Democrats had nobody that we like no more, as you can see. Hold on. Okay, hold on one second. They said my unstable connection. Okay, I got to work on my internet. Tell me if I go out, guys. So she's telling me we're talking about who's going to be next up for the Democrats. And I was like, I really don't. This is what I said to her. I still believe this to this day. They don't have anybody. We don't, black folks as a whole does not trust either party system. It's not a party system. It's not a Democrat problem. It's a political process problem. We don't believe in it anymore. They said 59% of the black people who was eligible to vote did not vote in this last election. That should tell you something. So how would you get someone to come out and vote 2028 knowing that black folks do not vote anymore? You know how? And I said this to her right before we got in office. I said, Trump's going to be off the motherfucking chain. He's going to be so overt with things. He's going to say things. You're going to think he's the most crudest, rudest person in the world. He's going to make George Bush seem like good people. And between Donald Trump and of course, Michelle Obama and her candy. George Bush seems like he was great years that we lived underneath him. Even though the housing market crashed underneath him. But it's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to get people to understand is he's no different. It's just the same process. What I was saying, we go from one person to the next person, the next person to the next person. It's just a handoff. So whoever comes in 2028 is supposed to be the saviors for Democrats. That's what it's going to be. And for the Republicans, it's going to be, we're going to continue to beat down on these niggers. That's where they're going to want to go. That's going to be the story. That's going to be the story. That's the red side is going to be NIGGI. You know where I'm going. With the hard R, they're going to be on that heavy because they're little robots. They would just tell them to do it, they do it. And they're going to go off. It's going to be, yeah, we ready to do it. That's what they're going to be. And then the liberals are going to be so sweet and loving and so sensitive. It's going to be the counterbalance. And you're going to think that them folks are so revved up that it's ready to be on the plantation that you're going to have to go over there and vote for them. And I'm going to tell you just like this. That's the worst mistake we can make. Now is the time to let people know this is where the line has to stop. Even if we have to do things that feels in the moment backwards or like not by nature. Because what it is, your fear is the reason why you get them to go to the polls on that Super Tuesday. You fear that something worse is going to happen and they're going to take something else from you. And what I want you to understand is that is in itself a problem for me. That's a problem for me because I was fortunate enough after hard work and trial and error to figure out a way to be able to successfully take care of myself. In doing so, I've been able to travel a bit. And as I travel, I generally notice that the everyday common white tea person, East Indian person, Asian person just is everywhere all over the world. But my black folks, the most amazing people in the world who their ingenuity, rap, music, sports, wherever you want to go, travels the world, but they never do like that. And what I find out is that I think it finally dawned on me. I think that my own people don't realize. I think we think because we don't get out anywhere because they've subjugated us so hard. A plantation mindset without even knowing you still off. You think you're off the plantation, but mentally you're still there. You don't realize. You thinking that everybody's living this same paycheck to paycheck. We barely getting by. Oh my God, the good times is coming. No. Let me give you a statistic to let you know that it is a design for you to be here. So this is the household income in the United States. Them little hat people is number one. Let me see if I can get closer. Good God, I can't see nothing. Number two is Indians, meaning I'm taking East Indian at that. Number three is Filipino. Number four is Taiwanese. Number five is Sri Lankan. I think that is. Number 6 is Japanese. See, there's a trend when it comes to the majors. But they your brown and brothers, your black and brown coalition, or your minority coalition. 7 is Malaysian. 9 is, was it Chinese? God, my contact's getting funny. Number 9 is something with a P. What's that? Pakistan, I think that is. I can't tell. Number 10 is white Americans. They always fighting black folks. They number 10 on their own list. Number 11, Korean. Number 12 is, what's that? Indonesian, I think that is. Number 13 is average American. I don't know what that means. Then they got Thai people. Is that Bangladesh? Then they got Nepal, I think that is. I can't see nothing. Hispanic, and then / Latino, and then come the African American. People, first of all, this is global. Secondly, this is the design. So black person who thinks what I just described, that everyone is suffering through this, nope, they're not. And then 2, how is it that this nation, for as far as we can remember, it's been 2 colors, and we don't got 19 people that's sitting in between us now, and you okay with it because you still know you bringing up the real. You do know that this is the equivalent. These people have been invited into your home, and they are now in the master suite, and your ass is in the basement, in the corner, in the closet, in your house. Because I know it's your house. The first time something go wrong, they come calling on you. First time someone needs them help, they come calling for you. It's your house. That's why they come calling for you. And at the same time, convincing you that it's okay that you're sleeping in the basement down in the corner. And I'm saying it is okay for you to prioritize, make yourself important, making yourself the leader of your own people, and making sure other people are beneath you. You want to know why? Everyone else thinks that that's what we supposed to be. What I want us to understand is this. It's all a game. All this is a game. The game is to just make us do and to be what they want us to be. And that is the burden bearers, as Martin Luther King said. You were supposed to always be the one to carry the weight for this place while everybody else eat. And then they convince you that is the most honorable, loving thing to do. I thought this the other day. Remember I just telling you I was watching this show called Origins? Show where they switch places between a rich and a poor person. I think what bothers me the most is that when I see black people, like one of the things, now let me say this so I don't sound insensitive. So the white guy, one of the shows I watched, the episodes I watched, was a white guy, he's in the marketing or something. And so a Sierra Leone lady in Europe. And of course, she's the poor lady. She's living off $92 a day. A week. He living off like 20 something. It was like $3,000, I think. Something like that. Anyways, they switched places. But what I didn't like about, and he helped her out a lot. She wanted to be a caterer or something like this, so he helped her out, made a website, the whole night. He did the simple things that you do to help someone start a business. Start a website, get a domain, get all that shit. He did all that, right? Not saying he didn't help her. What bothers me is that multiple things. It bothers me when she has to cry because she doesn't feel worthy, 1. And 2, it's like this man saved her. And on the surface, that's what he did. And then people gonna say, if you want this is my problem. If you want it, you should do it for yourselves. You mean like, I have sitting here, got a whole collage someone just sent me recently of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I'm seeing images of big, beautiful, massive buildings with all of this. And you told that out. And you're going to ask me, you're going to really part your lip to make that statement like we don't do this? Like we ain't tried to do this multiple times? To the point you realize, man, let's just like economically deprive them to the point so they can't do it no more. Because y'all do realize that was what they finally, you got in them streets in the civil rights movement and they said, shit, figure it out. Great. Let them have what they want. They want to come on in, let them in. Because when they get in here, we're going to take everything away from them. And they did. We have nothing left. All that's gone. That's what put a nail in the coffin on the Tulsa, Oklahoma. Forget the bombing. They rebuilt. I know that they came out there and they took them out again economically. Same way I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is there were a lot more towns that were black, even into the 60s. But what happened is we allowed them to do okie doke us. Unfortunately. And see, for me, I'm just not going for the okie doke anymore. So that's why when you ever see them, if you come in here often, you'll see people, they'll challenge you on your viewpoints. Brother, you need some allies, at least from the other team. I'm thinking to myself, brother, can you tell me here's the one time that fucking allies helped us without exploiting us, deceiving us, making us look like fools in the process? Can you tell me employs their enemy to put them in the highest ranks of their places, of their strategic places. And I say this to say this was not smart. This is why I knew the NAACP wasn't going to work. You do not have people of your open enemy inside your people at the highest ranks. They know plans. They know schedules. No, but they're good ones. Who the fuck would employ the people of the other? No. You're already struggling with your own sellouts, your own coons, your own tethers. You got all these people. You really gonna invite them in it? Like, I'm gonna tell you, I always say this. It's not ironic every time somebody get on TV, somebody with the little hat is near. They don't make it out until they come around. Like, again, I'm your number one YouTubian struggle streamer. I've accepted it. It is okay. You know, it's nothing I can do about it. I don't control algorithms. I don't. I also know that I can definitively tell you this, they don't want the black male to look at himself and say, I don't want to be with you, and that's okay. I didn't say I don't want to do business with you, hang out with you, have drinks with you, be cool with you, put you in my movies in the background from time to time. Didn't say none of this. That's the relationship you have with me. I just want to reciprocate the relationship that you're already having with me. You're already prioritizing you and your own family, you and your own culture, you and your own people. You use your police force and everything else to make sure you're taking care of way more than they take care of me. And what I'm saying is, I'm saying, great. For you, that's great. I need my comparable same thing for my own. And what you're telling me is, no, I want us to be in a relationship with each other, but I don't want you to have that. That is the relationship that these people want you to have with them. How am I lying? No, they even tell nations that. Even though they say it's speculation that a nuclear pumper is may not even a real thing. Don't know. I ain't never been there. Can't tell you yay or nay if it happens. But love of God, hope it is a hoax. But you know they'll tell a nation right now, we have one, you can't have one. Now, they give you the excuse, oh my God, they want to use it on you. No, they don't. If anybody is making one, it's because you have one. See, we know that the West is... I can't have these conversations. This is the reason why I can't accept gifts. They tell me all the time. They're like, nope, you can't do that. Nope, not gonna do that, sir. So, look. Everything that happens in this world, they give themselves an excuse. Remember, they will go on someone else's soil, take out their people, occupy their soil, and say, man, that was all in self-defense, man. I would tell people, I give a book, I always tell people, go read The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. That book opened my eyes so much to the way the world works and how we truly are playing checkers and they're playing chess. See, chess is that when we will say, like, y'all don't realize, like, what's that, Quantico out there in DC, Virginia? I know they got organizations, little trainees, and all they come in to do is I'm in the neighbor program. What's the neighbor program? They teach you how to be a nosy neighbor without coming off like you're really doing something. And your total job is to be surveillance on maybe some people in that neighborhood. This has been a bad IP over here. These people IP addresses said they've been talking a lot of stuff about the country. Move in next door, become the nosy neighbor, just befriend them. That's what you can. It could be an old white tea lady for me. Be over there, hi, I don't talk to none of them. Nope, hello, goodbye. Don't trust none of you. You people, remember, I watched Fahrenheit 9/11. Y'all, if you remember that movie by Michael Moore way back in the day, they, as 9/11, they had infiltrated some little old people group. They was like bringing cookies and coming together and talking about conspiracy theories. And they were bringing cookies together. They had infiltrated that. So you don't think if they gonna infiltrate some old people who just talking, and that was in 01, 02, you don't think that right now they all up in there? Hello, I'm not saying that. I just want to be left alone. I don't want to go away from here. I don't want to lose. I just want to be left alone. How about that? Can we do that? They'll wait for all the lurkers are trying to say, oh, this dude's a problem. Look, again, why does telling the truth become a problem? Why is it just because I want to be what you say I should want to be? This is the crazy thing about white people. Let me tell you the crazy part. Let me slow it down. y'all notice that it's like the attack on the Clean brother this year. So Shedeur Sanders, caught pure T murder from Scoop. You can't say nothing over here. Good Lord. When I say you can't say nothing, you can't say nothing. All right, so they gave Shedeur Sanders a hard time. Then they turned around and they gave Jaylen Brown a hard time. Kyrie Irving's been given a hard time. And now Ryan Clark. And like I said, I don't always agree with everything the brother says or don't say for all of these people. But one thing I've noticed is that, remember, they told you, hey, brush your teeth and walk old ladies across the street and pay your bills and be a good citizen and speak well and be a good American. These is all these brothers. And yet and still, they public enemy number one right now. And I be like, wait. Look, I'm going to tell you how backwards they got it. Look, let me tell you, this is no shade and everybody involved. You like them, I love them too. I ain't here to diss nobody. I'm just trying to show you how they will tell you one thing and then practice something else. And then you expect your children to understand. That's the game. We expect our children to decipher nothing because it don't make sense. What don't make sense is they told, don't sag your pants, don't pull your pants down, pull your britches up, stop looking like a thug. Brothers, comb your hair, brush your teeth, be a good student, go off and be good people. Take care of your wife, take care of your family, take care of your community, do all these amazing things. They preach it. That's what we want our little good black boys to be. They preach it. That's all Shedeur Sanders was. That's all Jaylen Brown is. But yet and still, I can hear other black folks, yeah, he's just cocky, man. He knows the game. Watching other NBA players, he just know how it works. Never mind the brother ain't doing shit wrong. He just knows the game. So you capitulating what you tell him. But then I'm going to show you on the flip side how they said all those things. The things they told you to be, those guys are a problem now. But yet and still, here comes the Olympics. Who is representing the Olympics for the United States? Is it going to be someone clean cut? Is it going to be someone? Is it Magic Johnson who's turned his life around? He was a hoe back in the day. Now he is straight and narrow. No, not him. No, not doing that. Is it going to be Steph Curry, the one that everyone likes? Light skin. No, it's not going to be him either. No, they're going to go get Snoop Dogg, the dude that has openly glorified gangbanging, has openly glorified drug stuff, has openly glorified all of his behavior. He does it all the time. Now, I love Snoop. I ain't got no problem with it. But you told me his behavior was a detriment to the nation. Was so bad that those types of brothers needs to go to prison and never come out. But yet still, he can represent the country while Jaylen Brown was a problem. People, how is your child supposed to decipher what it's supposed to do with itself? That is an ass backwards society that you're living in. Nothing makes sense out of that. And that's what we live in. Tell me I'm wrong, because I know I'm not. My thing is just this. Look, we just got into a point. We're just going to have to run our own race. But I just need people to pick up the race. Don't y'all want to pick it up so we can do it? Let's do it. like I'm telling you, when I say these things, I'm truly on board with doing any of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm always on board for this. I'm on board for let's build outside. And mind you, again, for all of the people who are not of Black American descent, we'll say it that way. If you're not part of this group, just understand, if you're another melanated person, I have no problems with you at all. But I know you got problems at home. We got problems here. I got to worry about me right now. While everybody got us worrying about going to Africa and all this other stuff, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, yo, niggas, have you seen the light bills? I mean, come on, man. At this point, and I can't get around it. Look, and then this whole thing that we're going to remove things that just, like, I am a big fan. I tell people all the time, I am a big fan of going off grid. Get you an RV, get you a camper, get you a box truck, renovate a bus or a van, something. Just get off grid. Get you some solar panels. Get you some land. Get you a well. And just live off the soil. Get you a garden. Get you a few alpacas and some horses and whatever, right? Shit, land out west is a lot cheaper in some places. Thinking about all of that. Some land up there in the white folks there, Montana stuff. It's crazy up there, but it's some land. I'm more of a fan of that right there, other than sitting back paying your bills that makes no sense. But I do this from time to time. I've moved a bit in my day. And so what I do is I go back and I go to look at some of the places I used to live, especially the places I rented before. I try to see the cost of what I paid versus what they are now. And my God, I know the pay has not risen in 10, 15 years like that. But I know that them goddamn bills have. Good God, it's ridiculous what you paying for them. You do realize, my people, that they're not trying to let you keep it. I say this all the time. Matter of fact, let me say it this way. Because I'm asking the point. I've been trying to drive home a point. Let me ask you this. You ever had something you really want to drive home, but you know you haven't hit the mark yet to make your point? So you keep trying it 18,000 different ways, but it just won't come to you in the way you want it to. That's where I'm at right now, where I want to talk to you guys about it. Because it's just like we've gotten to a point where it's like it's easy it's easy to spot a lie or a person lying to you. And see, like, the people jump out the window, the wrong people. Like, I noticed with this diaspora war, it's always one culprit, to be honest with you. And then I'll hear people from other places say, black folks, why don't y'all focus on them? No, nigga, why don't you focus on them? See, if y'all focus on them, what's going on, Kim? Appreciate you for coming in, Shucklefoot. I just don't think people understand that they sit back and just allow you to beat each other over the head, and then they just sit back and reap the benefit. I'm not for none of that either. So that's why I say, for me, I don't give smoke to other people, but I also stand for my own. And I understand why you have to delineate. For people who don't know, if you can see it on YouTube right now, if you can see this list up on here, for this to be at the bottom of a list of 18 different groups of people on our own soil, that's unacceptable. Especially when your family's in this ground. Your family's here. Your family's the one that has a struggle. Your family, look, don't show me a movie from the 60s watching a brother. Like, one of my favorite movies to y'all is Cadillac Ray. What's going on, Naturally? I appreciate you for coming on in, sugar. I think, like, I love Cadillac Ray. Cadillac Ray was a hell of a movie. I don't hear nobody say. That guy there, what's his name? Played Muddy Waters. I love him. It was just Hollywood. I love that movie, right? Well put together film. And when I watch it, I like looking at scenery. I love the movies that like to give you the feel of what the era was really like. Like, side note, movies missed today. Don't give me a period piece and then put hip hop in it. Won't no hip hop out then. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, but when I watch Cadillac Ray, it's just like this. If I'm watching a film that's from supposed to be from 1920, Life, I'm looking at the scene. I'm just looking at everything. That's our families. Those people are no longer here a lot of the time. And being that our family's not here anymore, and then to know that, like you say, a Malaysian comes in and makes more money than you do, and it ain't because you lazy. That's the thing that gets me. Because they preach that mess and knowing fair and well that ain't the truth. If it is the truth, when year did we decide we won't go work no more? And why did we decide to do it? Why is it that black folks always applying for jobs they don't qualify for, but they got to get their names excluded from the list if they ain't trying to work? So you can't have it both ways. You cannot tell me like this. You can't tell me Workday is able, they're out here screening out black people by their names, and then also telling me black people don't want to work. See, I guess this is what I was trying to say. I'm at a point with my family. When I say family, I'm talking about you guys. I want to just, it needs to be said so bad, but I don't know what needs to be said. There's something that needs to be said. It is something that we are going through for some reason. We can't, like, I'll give you an example for me here again. I am non-religious. I always tell people, once you start studying religion, you know that you can no longer be religious. And I'm sorry to say that. And this, again, but if you are, I would never step on or try to take that away from you. If you need that, if you believe that, you love it, I like it, you love it, I'm with you. So this ain't me trying to step away from it. But what I'm telling you is, remember one day I was talking to my mom. And she brought up Jesus or something like that. God, Jesus, something. And she asked me something. And I was trying to explain to her that I know something created all of this. This didn't just come out of nowhere. Now, well, it is a sky daddy, or if it's a simulation, if it's the energy, if it's the Big Bang, I don't know. And I tell you people all the time, if I didn't experience it with my own two eyes, I cannot definitively tell you anything. But what I can tell you is this story of Jesus is coming around and it don't work for me. But even though It didn't, and I had accepted that in my life. I'm saying this to say this. I accepted that in my life, that's how I was going to move forward, even though I was not raised that way. My mother, she put me in a corner one day, and I paused. Whoop. Dang, because it's my mama. I didn't know if I wanted to make that statement. She basically hit me with, don't you love Jesus? Or something to the effect of that. And I had to, she done finally hit me. I could lie to her and say, yeah, but I don't want to lie to my mama. So it was like, no. But it was hard, and I paused. And the reason I say that statement is I want my own people to know is I get it. You're right on the cusp just like I was. You know what you're looking at ain't real. You know that they lying to you about why you broke, why black men ain't on TV, why black women ain't angry, all the stuff they make up about you. You know all the stuff that you do wrong. A lot of times you didn't put it into motion yourself. And then on top of it, then they make lies and excuses. Like, I'm going to cover the office of Tate on Jubilee. It's either going to be today or tomorrow. I don't know. If I got time, I'll do it today. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. But he's going to make a lot of statements that are in bad faith, don't make any sense, and are just flat out lies if you have lived the black American experience and you have someone openly telling you that you're lying, your experience is a lie. And you know that your experience is not a lie. But we hear it every day on TV. And I'm just at a point, again, I don't know what to say to you right now, fam. But I know something needs to be said because at this point, I don't know why any of us believe any of this anymore. Why do you believe that if going to college, like I was going to play this video of Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva was talking about, they were getting on back and forth about, he was talking about whether or not all kids should go to college. And then talking about which parents are okay with kids going and dropping out. And he was started talking about parents that didn't go to college themselves are most of the time okay with it. But that's not the case. All kids needs to go to college and all put their asses out the house. They need to go as soon as they turn 18. And I'm thinking to myself, once again, the young man articulates himself and his point very well, the way he positions it. And if you don't see a clean glass versus a dirty glass, it may make sense to you. But then I have to stop and say this. Most of the time, now I'm learning this in my older age. Our parents in our generation didn't learn a lot. They didn't pick up books. They didn't read anything. They pretty much lived in a small town existence. So as you expanded your wings and you've gotten out, you've seen the world, when you come back and you talk to your parents or you talk to your uncles, sometimes things like this, you can see where they didn't experience things that you may have experienced. That is no knock to them. I respect my elders all day long. But if you didn't leave the hometown and you think, no, it's not going to be the same way, and I can see that. So knowing that I had to have people before me that we had to do that and we had to grow into this. What is my point I'm trying to make? I had a point. I lost my damn point. I lost my freaking point. It went straight out my head. I'm old. But I will say this. I want us to know, I'm trying to get us to see, we have to do something different now. And I think it starts with the belief. This is where I was going. I'm sorry, Najee. It just went out of my head, baby girl. I don't know what it was. Now, I'll give you an example. When I was in the barbershop, the young lady was in the barbershop. And I told you they were talking about, she brought up the Bill Cosby, and she brought up R. Kelly, and she brought up P. Diddy. And I think she thought the men in the barbershop were saying they condone these men's behaviors because they said there was some conspiratorial things that went on with these men. And she lost it. And I instantly knew this woman watches CNN all day long. Because as the fellas tried to explain to her their positioning, which made common sense, it just seems a little odd, this, that, and this, and the third, this, and this, and this. She didn't want to hear any of it. It was just the way it was going to be, the way she saw on TV. That's the type of person I'm saying to myself now. How are you still going for it? Like I say this all the time, we had Diddygate, TMZ covered everything down to the baby oil company. They had serial numbers of bottles. He had bottle 00669 came out of the grocery store near Diddy Studios. You were like, y'all did all of this, and then the stuff with Fauci and them, they out here lying still. No, he didn't know no better. He didn't even know no better. The Nolan Wells situation. We allegedly heard something about something. We can't substantiate nothing on nothing. But we was talking to a homeless guy out in front of studios that did it. That's what they do for them. I'm telling you, I don't need to hear any more of your excuses. People would, like yesterday, I'll give you an example again. I don't know what to say to you. I I'm in my comment section. I look up, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching TV, and this young fella, I had the conversation, I had an old post that I posted. It was a short I posted about Juan Crow. When, remember a few years ago, John Leguizamo was running around talking about it was the equivalent to Jim Crow happening to Mexicans called Juan Crow at the same time. Now, people cross into the country on their own accord, but they're suffering, and he's trying to conflate our condition with what happened there. And got angry, called me the racist because I don't want to let someone piggyback off of my family's suffering. I've got to a point is, how dare you even, what is wrong with people? To me, when I had the conversation, I didn't say that you guys didn't suffer anything. But what I'm so sick and tired of people trying to do is to tell me how to fucking feel, how to think, how to move. I am no one's child. Black man, black woman, you are no one's child. You have children. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to move in a world anymore when you're trying to treat me like a child. And what I mean when I say that, if it is go to school, get an education, go off into the workforce, be a good human being, and get a job, then why the fuck is there so many people with these degrees that are black folks ain't working? And no one ever addresses that. They keep making it sound like the only black people ain't working are the bums and the lazy folks. Which in turn, they're telling you, the educated person who did it the right way, who went out and got the education, who got all the student loan debt, who got the fucking degree, but still work at the bank because you at a teller because you can't get a real job over in your field. That's you. The girl who has to work the temp job and the contract job over and over and over again, even though you have 3 degrees. But on the news, they're telling the fucking world that all the black folks that don't work are just lazy and want to be on social services. And then they put these bougie niggas in front of you, and they always want to come out, and like you said, I do agree. I don't like when you only are Ben Crump, these people, and I'm not trying to denigrate any of these people. What I'm saying to it is this. You can talk to them about wanting to only be on the headlines. If you come talk to Scott Free, we talk about everything affecting our community. I will talk about a headline if you can't avoid it, but it is not going to solely be about chasing the ambulance. These people are doing things to us all the time and nobody ever seems to care. And then they always getting awards and shit. This is not an occupation. I think people think that that's what it is. Oh, it's an occupation. I do not see the suffering of my family. Look, let me get personal. Maybe that'll be the I don't know. It's Monday. I got the Monday blues, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get too personal all of my personal goddamn business. Damn you already get excited. Look, yo, somebody slid their chair. What that nigga say? I just say this. When you know better, you want better, you do better. I do not blame anybody before me who didn't do something around me, before me, for me, or any of those things. What I want is that now that I know better, I want everybody around me to know the same thing so you can make better decisions. And I ain't gonna go personal. I say it this way. I always notice this. When the black person gets out the hood, now all of a sudden their ideas are good enough. What do I mean? Ice Cube. As long as Ice Cube is some black guy in Southern Compton, we don't know who he is. O'Shea Jackson. We don't know who O'Shea. Who know this dude? He ain't good enough. If the internet was around then, O'Shea could have put his music on that. Nobody would have paid any attention. He had to go about it in a specific manner. I just use him as an example. And I can go over and over and over again. You ever notice that for some reason that someone can make clothing? Be making it for 30,000 years, but until the entertainer comes along and says this is beautiful, then everybody else thinks it's beautiful. We are like programmed animals, and I don't want that no more for us. Because, and I would be okay with the programming if the programmer, meaning the people in front of us, actually cared what happened to us. But I know they don't. In every facet of my life, I know that if I was 17 shades, I'm dark skinned in my mind. I know that if I was 17 shades lighter, that I would got so much more. And I would have been so much more exceptional. Oh my God, it's full of personality. What is this? He has to be on TV. It does. It would be all of that. I would be on there now if I would go around and denigrate black people all day long and do it with flair. I know what would happen then. Ain't it ironic that every time somebody black gets a platform, that everything is special, there's always somebody who ain't doing positive for black folks. Remember, they're doing a campaign on ESPN right now trying to denigrate Ryan Clark. All this arrogant nigga, he's walking around. How dare he speaks with such arrogance? And just I'm like to myself, that man ain't said nothing negative about y'all at all, and his name is Mud. But then I've seen these white dudes that y'all fire. They go off on tangents, talk trash the whole nine. They go off and do their own thing, and they're allowed to come back and be with the company. These people just don't like you. Then people gonna say, well, you're just being able. Why wouldn't he like you? To be honest, I don't care. That would give them too much energy. Why? Why do they don't like yes y'all? I don't know why they don't like black Americans. I know I have my suspicions, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. If someone comes up to me with the pum-puner in their hand and says, stick him up, give me your wallet, I don't care why he doing it. He doing it. My job is now to figure out how to get from underneath what he doing. But no, what did they hit us with? I told you the thing that messes our culture up more than anything else, and it's a simple phrase. Y'all want to know what a simple phrase is? Let's continue the conversation. I say to that, F that. What did I say?
The fuck?
No. The reason why I say F that is because I don't see the purpose of a conversation with people who ain't listening. I say this to people all the time. Why is it that every time you tell people what your problem is, they meet you with an excuse other than any sympathy or empathy or anything? I appreciate you. We do like TikTok show. I'm sorry. I'll stop playing sound effects. But I've noticed that. That's the first thing. If I go to see a psychiatrist and this bitch meet me with anger or excuses, then I already know she ain't the person for me. You know she ain't the person for you. So my thing is just like this. This is how I look at these people. Why if these people have never done anything good for us, never done it, why would I expect anything good from them? That's what I want us to get to. And let me get on point again so I ain't got to stay here too long. All I'm trying to say is this. I have about 80 videos I can run today for my people. I can run it for you guys so you can see it. And if I ran them, what you would see would be a common thread. If all 80 videos, I could probably pull even more than probably about 100 videos right now. I could pull you of something that is actively happening to black people in some form or fashion, and damn near all 100 will be in a different way, and it's collectively messing with us. And out of those 100 things, probably none of them are being addressed by any of the people who say they fight for you on a daily basis. Give me your money. Because they have us fixated on just like one or two things, and most of the time, those things are not even going to help you. I'm going to show you how asinine it is just to tell people to vote and don't tell them anything else about anything else that's going on. Don't worry about the food being poisoned, water being poisoned, that they ready to jack up the market for real estate. These people know this stuff is going on. But they come right back to the vote. And I talk about the vote, and I ask this question. I said I started talking about Jim Clyburn and Roland Martin. Oh, God, Roland Martin. I heard about that man. But anyway, we talk about that another time. But the vote don't mean that, because I can tell you like this. Just say if they got 100%, 100. Matter of fact, just look at it like this. 2028, 100% of all black people that can vote 100% Democrat. 100. Can someone in the back, you in the back, someone over there, someone please tell me this. And I really do want to answer. This is a rhetorical, this is a real straight up question. What difference would that be versus you got 80% and you still got the same motherfucker that came in? That regardless, he came in. You got 80% came to vote and that same person got in versus 100% of you voted for him and that person got in. What's the difference? Because I could have sworn you got your man multiple times. And yet and still, motherfuckers have built their whole platform on telling you to vote. And that's the problem. You've had your man. Can someone in the back, I mean this again, can someone fucking tell me, having 100%, what does that get you? Does 100% equal reparations? Because if it is, I'm voting. But I know it don't. It means nothing. None of this means anything. What I want people to understand is we done got to a point to where I think the whole veil has fell off. At least it has for me. I don't believe the history they taught me. I don't believe the science they teach me. I damn sure don't believe the medical field that they teach me. I've seen it in real time. I've seen them pump people. I've gone on AI and have them tell me out my mouth, out their own freaking mouths. Right now, I name my AI Lola Ray. Lola Ray tells me all the time stuff. Oh, unfortunately, this is true. You know what Lola Ray told me the other fucking day? That yes, organic lemons with seeds is more of a cancer-killing agent in it than it does chemotherapy. It said it itself. But yet still, they pump you full of that stuff. So you telling me the medical field, when we had more NDs than MDs all the way up until like the 1920s, now you got narcotics dealers. I love TikTok, y'all. So yeah, all of that. Now they're telling you, Bill Gates is on television today telling you, we're gonna have to invest into water systems in America because we're ready to run out. He said the same shit about COVID. People, your water problem is gonna get bigger. So now you talk about more people. They want to take your water from you, they take your air from you, take your food from you. They put you in prisons and then they treat you like animals while you in there and tell you that they can't do nothing about it. They taking your cars from you now. Your phones, people's cars are shutting down and driving to the dealership. Locking the doors. Well, we're going to the dealership. You haven't paid your bill. And then what's going to be the same people that can say, man, you're just crazy. This is not happening. This is not happening. When it happens, man, who knew? Nick, how many times I got to tell you before you believe it? And I know that sounds like an oxymoron when I say organic lemons with seeds, because it can't be organic without seeds. I can't see what your name is on YouTube, but you can see what I was talking about. Oh man, it just, to me, I'm just gotten to a point. I guess when I get on and talk to y'all now, it's just like, people, I go to bed at night thinking to myself, whoa, what's going crazy happen tomorrow? No, look, man, I talk about everything on here. I know some of you are new, some of you are not. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't followed the channel. Hit the follow button. Definitely appreciate the likes. Hit the like button, people. Let's give me a few likes in here. They won't let me accept gifts, so at least give me some likes. Give me the follow. If you can't give me a gift, give me a like. I'll follow you. I'll follow you back. Go and hit me. But I watch in every form of fashion. I watch every aspect of life right now. I'm nervous. Like, I'm getting up there in age, and this is the part I was going to tell you earlier. I'm going to tell you, forget it. I'm getting up there in age, right? My father passed when he was in his 50s. And my father was relatively healthy, in my opinion. Never really was sick that often, worked out majority of his life. You know, pretty much maintained a healthy weight the whole night. You get a little loose from time to time, right? Hardworking man. And then for his body to shut down so early, I had to say to myself, he lived in an environment where they still had real food. And now I'm living in a place that damn near everything in the grocery store is either plastic, some type of plastic. Got yellow dye number 4, 12, yellow dye number 2, all of that going in. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna get it. So I'm a little. I played a video last week of a guy said, "You want to know why people are not really motivated to do anything? It's because what's the point? I'm there. I'm getting older, and when I go to the grocery store, I'm looking for food that is healthy, and it ain't there. I'm looking for water. I shouldn't have to be making decisions on fucking water, and you telling me we're the most well-advanced nation in the world. Why are we struggling for clean fucking water then? And it's just, and I'm watching, and I think the most frustrating thing is I wouldn't be frustrated if I saw us moving. If I saw us moving in a way that it looked like, oh, we're going to be good. Black folks get it. We moving right now. Enough of us is doing it to where the dum-dums are coming around later. We doing it. We get it. And I don't think that's happening. We are all fixated like on the wrong things. And this is not just you and me too. My weekends are dedicated to doing nothing sometimes because my mind is so drained from the week. I shut down on the weekends. just like they want you to. Drain, shut that brain down and get back to work on Monday. And that's what we do. I said this once to some people, and I don't think people understand how much of a deficit that we are in. This is how bad it is. Every new week, you probably put in another 40 to 60 hours, right? Black man, black woman, for them folks. They cut you a paycheck at the end of the year. End of the week, you go off, you get your, you know what I'm saying. You know, every new 40 hours, every new 60 hours, every new 80 hours you do that week, we are widening the gap between what they doing to us and how far ahead of us they are. Every day. And then nothing you can do about it. That is my thing. These people are so diabolical. They said, don't even give them an option. Because like for me, the reason I was bringing up the off the grid things earlier is because I was going to say, I love all those different things. Going off grid, doing this, that, and the third. But what it is, they said, oh, people liking that? Oh, let's trash that. Let's make these old vehicles break down. These RVs can't run if they ain't got no parts. They can't run if we throw ethanol all into their gas and into their diesel. We gonna mess that up. And see, now they want us to ride on electric boxes because, you know, I don't want to ride on a big box of electricity. I'm talking about a Tesla and all these damn electric cars. Oh, God, they just take away your options. Same thing in COVID. Didn't they take away your options? They basically told you, no. Mimi's pressing curl and Letitia's waffles and pancake batter, she can't open. But Walmart can. Target can. Amazon can. You can't deliver nothing. No deliveries for you. Don't even go outside. Remember when they was out there just taping off, like I was in California at the time. They out there taping off playgrounds, man. I'm at the point that I look, like I've came to terms where they ready to really make things very hard for us. And I'm trying to be as proactive as possible myself. I'm trying to put things into place and into gear to where I can minimize some of the damage and blows that they're going to do to us. But, it's coming. And I just don't think enough people are collectively trying to get that and understand that. And I'm be honest with you, if we don't get it soon, it's the casualty rate. And my heart gonna break. I'm about to die from a broken heart from black folk. I honestly am. Because I've gotten to a point now to where I find myself just mourning the next black person and the next black person. It ain't just the people you hear about on TV. Like I'm always in media, so I have a lot of different angles of things I'm looking at. So I'm constantly seeing black people and stuff. And let me say something too. And I got a little more time. Can I say something? Guys, get you some tea. Come in. Come on. Let me tell you something that's going on in here. I want to talk to my family. Because I'm tired, man. And what I'm tired about, and I'm going to tell you what it is today. And this should tell you, I'm not xenophobic, as they say. I saw this one video where was it at? Hey, let me see if it's up here. All right, hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to find it now. So video was a bunch of Africans, and they're in this city. And they overrunning the city. I can't find it right now. But they're overrunning the city. And I look at them and I watch how they sneak out, and I watch how people from South America sneak out and they come here. And this, I'm not going to the spot, I'm denigrating them. I'm saying this. Do you know how messed up your leadership, I'm going to go say it. You know how made your leadership has to be to allow its people to dive into bodies of water to escape your place, because there is no way to have any existence that would consider of any type of happiness. Do you know capitulating to a out of shape, unfortunately, old orange man can control your mind, your fate, your everything to the point where you have to do that to your own population? Because I love black people. If I was the leader of black America, no, people, we need love and support. We're going to kumbaya. Everything is going to be great. I'm going to do everything in my power. Boy, you would want a dictatorship if I was running things. You say democracy. Oh, no, under L. we don't want that. He dictates everything. Oh, it would be like that. It would be the most beautiful thing in the world to see. Hold on, I'm going to read. What did you say earlier? Hey, look, I get you, Kim. Look, I'm just at a point now. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated because I watch the way the world is working against us right now. I'm working against the fact of I'm watching people just allowing other people to just do things to us, and we just let it happen, and we just look. What I was trying to say, Kim, you got me sidetracked. Let me say it this way. When I see the African people, when I see them running, I know it's because the leadership won't stand for themselves. I just want you to stand for yourself. Do you know how fast them folks will get some act right about themselves and give you proper deals? Just give me proper deals. They would do it if you would stand on your square. Honestly, that's all I want. I'm not even talking to them. They've pretty much wrote in the line saying, this is how we move, this is how we think, this is how we run worlds, this is what we do. They've told you. I see it now. You've told me how you want things to be. I can't even argue with you. You done told me. So at this point, being that you said that, but see, for me, I think for myself, I don't want to live in that world. That world is toxic. That world doesn't present anything healthy for me or people who look like me. I want the people on my soil to be happy, to be proud to be on our soil. When everyone shows up to my soil, everybody gets to attention. Who are you and where you from and why you here? Everybody should be on one accord when it comes to that. It shouldn't be we allowing other people to come in and get stuff up. No, your people are your people. These are the people supposed to protect you. I don't mind a dictatorship if that's how it's going to be, but if it's going to be exploit me to bring others in and exploit me to for yourself, I don't want to. No. And then I don't like when they do it and then they make it sound like we crazy. Oh, we have to take all your liberties from you. If we don't, the world can't be protected. So in the 1970s, when we was functioning fine as a culture and we didn't need surveillance everywhere, that wasn't good enough? No, because we had 9/11. So you let one event when your security was lax to the point where now you decided you're going to shut the whole world down with video? No, that doesn't make that sense. No. These are excuses, and I'm tired of black people accepting excuses. You don't accept excuses from Tyrone when he don't come pick little JJ up from the house and little kid kicking on the corner, his feet swinging on the corner. You don't give him no excuse. He don't get no passes. Ain't no excuses. Why you ain't here? We don't give excuses to ourselves when it comes. You don't give excuses to dude who step on your sneakers. You don't give him no excuse. Yeah, man, my bad. I know I just bought him, man, and you didn't know. But I just bought him. I'm gonna have to whoop you up. No, you don't get no excuses. Podcasters beefing with other podcasters. Why y'all fighting with each other? What are we fighting for? Well, he had said that people who were saying like, so I took offense to that. I don't want to argue. None of y'all don't care. What's the point? He think he's this. I don't care. Why are we fighting each other for? And this is not even no kumbaya. I'm just at the point. I'm literally like this. We losing. I'm the dude that comes to the team the NBA team, the NFL team, whatever it is, that's used to winning. I won in high school, I won in college, now I'm in the pros. And now I got drafted high, so I'm on some sucky team, right? Sucky team got a culture of losing. The team's the loser, coach losing, the GM the one to lose. When I'm telling the people, if I get drafted, things are going to be different because I see myself as a winner. I see myself as something. So I would even go as far as do this. Let me be the number one draft pick. NBA, NFL, especially one of them. Let me be one. You do know I still have to sign that mother, right? You want me to sign this? What guarantees? And it ain't going to be just money. We need some changes around here. Oh, that's cocky for a rookie. I know it is. But this is the time I got the leverage, so I'm going to use it. I may not have no leverage in 2 years. But I know if I come into this situation after talking to your coach, after talking to your players, I know we ain't going nowhere even if I come into this league. Y'all have a losing mindset. Side note, let me say this. You know that for a basketball coach, let me tell you, any coaches in here, any wannabe coaches in any football, basketball, I'm going to tell you where y'all mess up at. Especially when y'all dealing with kids. I'm going to tell you what all of you mess up at when you do this. You mess up when you don't want to pour into the child. Whether that child's a preteen or a teenager. If you got varsity or junior varsity, you pour into the child, you make them feel there's a certain reason. Let me say it this way. Give me a team. I would put me as head coach of your team now, and I don't know the X's and O's like that, and play ball. But I can honestly say that is not my strong suit when it comes to it. Didn't ever get into a lane. Eventually I can learn it. Never had to. But put me as your head coach and give me all your X's and O's as my assistant coaches. Because my job is to get the players to do one thing only, and that is to give maximum effort at 100% of the time when the clock is going. Most of the time, effort beats talent over and over again. So early, when you go to a school, you go to an institution, you go to a place where you don't have much talent, effort has to be the number one thing that you put into. The next thing has to be pride. We are building an institution here, and you are laying the groundwork for it. That's what you tell the first guys. And you get only the ones who buy in gets any playing time. Don't care if the stars of the team isn't one of them. Only the person who is willing to buy into one maximum 100% of the time maximum energy is the only person that plays. And now you give that energy to the coach who does the X's and O's. Now you get someone. Now you're cooking with fish grease. Now, once you've done it a few times, y'all got a few wins on your belt. Once it becomes standard in this place, excellence is key in everything. So which means is the boys or the girls, whichever team that you're coaching when it comes to it, this is honor. This is a part of an institution now. They are branded for life. They're going to remember this. Coaches don't care about that. Old white team men don't want to build that with these boys. They're making money and they don't care. Put me there. Why the fuck are you here if you ain't trying to put in maximum effort? That's how you do it. Me, when I watch sports to this day, I don't understand when I watch two rivalries play. I'm a Tar Heel fan. I watch a Tar Heel Duke game, and I watch players get into the game and not have any energy. That is your sworn enemy right there. Why are you not giving maximum fucking energy? That's what we're lacking now. I'm only telling you the story to say that this is how I feel about black society. We are living in a culture. They are told you that it is okay to be mediocre. It is okay to, ladies, for you to put your wet wop on TV and be the only group of women who act this way. It is okay. They told every black man it is okay for you to be sensitive and have no masculinity at all. They told you it is okay. But at the same time, blame you when you don't go out here and be a man and take care of your family. You can't have it both ways. This is confusion. See, I want to build excellence when it comes to it. So that means that if you want black men to care about being married to black women, there has to be some honor in this shit. He has to understand the importance of why he's doing it. Y'all told me there ain't no need to have no honor in it. Ain't no need. It's just your choice. No, he has to understand that. I'll give you an example. Y'all remember the movie 300? Now, this is a fictional story they stole from black people, but that's another story for another day. But they had glory and honor in impugning themselves in battle, that they actually went out there trying to make it happen. Sounds crazy. I get it. But what they're saying is this. You lay it on the line for everything. That's what it has to be. And it has to be an honorable thing to do. Like right now. The reason why I say to you, my people, every day, I am an advocate for black people. I love black people. I want to be in love with black people, and I want you to be in love with yourself, is because when the moment comes when you have to stand on your own square, you will do it a lot faster when you know it's an honorable thing to do. They have made scamming from other cultures honorable. They have allowed other people to come in and take over your culture and say that it is okay. None of this is okay. You have to understand that is what the whole goal is to make you not care about yourself. And I'm built a little different than that. I want that for us. I think we need that. And I think it starts with no more should we listen to them folks lie to us. Like today, go home, turn off CNN, please. Please. And then go around your world and look what you see with your own two eyes. Not what CNN tells you the truth is. Please do this. Don't let them sit there and tell you, like I'm watching CNN I played earlier, Robert Kennedy. He's beefing with the CNN lady. We was just trying to do our best. No, your best was not good enough. I'm going to tell you why. Saw an article earlier today. Said in 2022, they did a trial with, almost 1,600 people. 1,598 people. Come back later, 1,100 of them passed away. And 1,100 passed away from the shot. But you don't hear that on CNN. I ain't heard that on CNN. I ain't heard that on MSNBC. I ain't heard that on Fox. You don't hear that. You hear something that don't sound nowhere remotely close to that. That's how we know you won't mean good by us. Can someone tell me when any of these people are held accountable? They lie to us all the time. Remember the thing, the running joke in the late 90s, early 2000s was no new taxes. And we've proceeded to get new taxes every fucking year since then. And now to the point, it's just common. You know why it was so popular in the 90s? Because taxes wasn't supposed to be a long-term thing. These were things that they did at a point for time. We had to go to war that they orchestrated. But we need to tax people for this, that, and third. But it's short-lived. No, it's not. Every time they take something, just know it ain't never coming back. TSA at the airport was supposed to be short-lived. Remember, COVID was supposed to be 2 weeks at home to stop the spread. I'm thinking to myself, when people say, same thing with the reason why I said you're not giving me the shot, because I remember Tuskegee. No, you've mean me no harm. You've mean me no good. I don't know, man. It just bothers me that I think people still allow these people to lie to. And then to my older family, they do it to the old people really bad. They don't even know. They do it to old people and the young people, they got them messed up. Tell y'all this and I get out of here. I was watching an episode of Pop the Balloon recently. Yes, I am. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said something. What'd you say over there on YouTube? Hold on. Yeah, write it big. You said, what's it, tabs? Tabs. Okay, Tabs, I appreciate you. You write it big. I swear, I keep telling you I'm going to blow up the wasn't there. I'm going to do it eventually. Shit, what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. I don't get it. But no, I don't. Again, people, I don't know. I've been struggling really heavy. I've been struggling on what I want to convey. I want to convey so much to my people, and I just want us to keep our eyes open at this point. And like for me, again, if there's anything I can do to potentially help out, let me know. Don't be asking me for a bunch of money. Like I got it. But I'm just saying, seriously, I want to. Matter of fact, let's do this. Since I do pretty much 5 episodes a week on a good week. We're going to take 1 episode a week and we're going to build on something. I'm going to take 1 day a week. Let's do maybe like a Wednesday or something. And what we can do is we can build on something tangible. Not just disseminating information, but something tangible we can potentially do together. So like we all come in with our ideas. We put one cohesive thing together, and then we can implement something like that. I don't know. And I'm open to all kinds of ideas. And I think everybody should be. And I want this place to be a space that it feels like it's your home just as much as mine. Once the website is done, it really gonna feel like that, because we'll be able to control everything. And I tell people all the time, I'm gonna be able to cuss so much. Oh my God, it's gonna be beautiful. You know, I do, but I do want to get to a point where we do that, because, like you say, I like natural. I appreciate it. I agree with you. I'm glad you agree, because, like, I even take Atlanta. I don't know if you from here or you moved here, but I know Atlanta ain't even the same place no more. It is hard to even, like, I don't even like to go outside at home unless I gotta go out of town sometimes. Like, I be in my little radius now. I don't even go out like that. Cause it's like, you moved here too, okay, just like me. So I moved here, and it wasn't the same place when I moved here. It was a totally different environment. And then people think it's this most glamorous, glorious place. No, they don't overran us. We've been overran with people and overran with foreigners. And it's crazy, cause like when you look up and you see, might as well say the new Chocolate City at one point, and it ain't like that no more. And then I talk to, and I say my line of work, I talk to a lot of people, and especially a lot of women. And when I talk to them, I find out, you know how many working homeless women are in the city, living in hotels with families. Yeah. Oh, you guys, I got here in 2011 when I came. I left for a minute on full time. I was part time, but it's gotten so bad. And then I look around with the workforce here. There's nowhere for people to really work anymore like that, where like it used to be. And then all of the jobs that people were working, they're getting replaced. And it's like, and then people keep trying to convince you. They'll say things like this. They'll say, you hear this all the time. What do you hear? You'll say, people be saying foreigners coming and taking your job. Well, baby, anytime you bring anybody new into a space that ain't in an abundance of gigs, yes, you are. Regardless of whether you like it or not. If I see a Pepe and a Juan that don't speak English, they just got here, and that could have been a job for 2 brothers. Yes, that means that. Well, he didn't want it. How do you know? When you see black men having to say they can't find work, when women are saying they had to leave her husband because he couldn't find work, not all men are sitting on their ass playing video games. That's why I don't like stereotypes. Because I know a bunch of brothers. I know a bunch of brothers who always have to go through it. I know a bunch of brothers who always, every 2-3 years, their job is always in jeopardy. They can't give themselves longevity. It's not them. But they keep wanting to give you Pookie and Ray Ray all the goddamn time, and they making it sound like that's all, and it's not all black men. But those same Pookie and Ray Rays are struggling just like everybody all the other black men are struggling. And then two, if you won't be sensitive for them, they won't let you work in this city. And I'm not joking. I don't know if that's your experience here, but I see a whole bunch of, as long as you're willing, as long as you truly are, you in the gate to L, you were here, then you can work. And that's no slight at them. I'm happy that they working. It's just, good God. I remember when I first moved here, the reason why I had to become an entrepreneur, because you couldn't find work here. The place was horrible at one point, and then it started getting even worse. But anyway, you said that's everywhere. Well, you know what's funny about it? They want the sensitive black man. I've noticed that everything that I watch on TV, that's what they do now. I didn't say gay. I said sensitive. So they like a man that don't have a lot of fight in him. You get a lot of quiet men, a lot of passive men. I'm not gonna say this, and then I tell people all the time, I'm watching Married at First Sight right now, right? As I watch Married at First Sight, both men are passive in their own right. And then true masculinity, when you get around too many people now, if it's a black guy, he's gonna get told it's too aggressive. And so for me, that's why I say they'll never put me on a reality show. You tell me it's too aggressive, I'm gonna be even more aggressive. I'm sorry. You're not. I just feel like this. I don't think masculinity is toxic the same way I don't think femininity is a dirty word. If a woman wants a masculine man, which I know you do, see, TV is trying to weed it out of you ladies slowly but surely. But I know women still want masculinity. And them knowing y'all want a strong man that he speaks with a bark damn near. And I'm going to tell you, but it also it's not a slight. Femininity is the counterpoint to the masculinity. It's the same way you want that nigga to bark, I want you to purr, okay? So don't be barking with me. Oh, God. You said it's that back out. What's back out? Oh, yes, it's back on Go on Peacock. They done moved over. Now, look, I'm going to go over there now. There's some sensitive black men on the show. I'm going to be honest with you. But that's what they doing. But anyway, I'm saying just talking y'all to death. But look, people, I appreciate you showing. Look, I got some new music for you today, naturally. I'm going to say you mostly natural. I know you be hanging around for it. I got some new music for it. World premieres. One of the songs we dropped, we just finished the video for it. I'm going to drop it up here in a minute. But no, I appreciate the people. Look, yeah, for the new people showing, go ahead and hit the follow button. They have, like I said, they have canceled my gifts. So I'm not able to accept gifts right now. So I appreciate any of the love. Cash App, $300 radio. Go ahead and follow me there. I'll have other ways to be able to do it once the website is back up where you can actually support the channel. And it'll be able to go right there on the website. But until then, no worries right now. We'll worry about it later. But I appreciate you guys for showing up. I'll come back on tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to probably, I'm going to do, look, if you can't see it, let me show you guys real quick. Boop. Come on, dude. Where you at, my dude? Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm going to show you. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Beep, 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 beep. Come on, thing. All right, right here. All right, come on, brother. Where you at? My brother right here. So this young fella here, this young fella here, we're going to cover him on tomorrow's episode, okay? We're going to cover that. What do you say? You say I have a masculine man. See, there you go. Oh, you say you love a masculine man. Everybody should love a masculine man. That's men. Shit, that's what they is. But we're going to cover him tomorrow. I got to cover him. And the reason why I want to cover him is because he falls right into what I be talking about all the time. He's one of those types of men. He's going to come in. Anything white daddy want him to say, he's going to say for a paycheck. And it don't matter. And I just don't think they even understand how grave implications they have. So some young man who don't have as much fight in them, say, as I do right now when it comes to the way the world works, is going to see him and he's going to say, well, it's okay for me to be a little punk. I mean, I love TikTok shop. It's okay for me to be this way. And it's not okay. So I have to be the counterbalance to it. But anyways. No, that's not Roland Martin. That's Officer Tatum. That's what it is. Oh, y'all heard about Roland. Let me see if I get out about it. Y'all heard about Roland? If y'all heard about Roland, Tasha K says she got pictures or something of him getting pegged or something. Oh, can I say that? Oh, when I heard that, I was like, can I say something, y'all? Before, look, how much time I got? No, let me say that. Yeah, I got like 2 minutes. Look, let me say that. Look. Why is it, if it ain't a conspiracy, then I'm gonna just say this, fatherhood, then I'm out of here, okay? I'm gonna say this and I'm gone. Why, if because why does all of them, anyway, okay, all right, fatherhood, I'm with you. I'm gonna go and let it go. I'm gonna get on out of here. Let me go and play this. Let me go and play this music and get out of here, because otherwise, it's just, anyways. People, I love you. I appreciate you. We're gonna be back tomorrow for 4 episodes. We'll do, like I said, we'll do a show with Officer Tatum. I appreciate you for showing up. Again, hit the $ Cash App, $ 300 Radio. That's what it is. Support the channel. I appreciate the people. Again, if you can't live free, live scot-free. But let me cut this music on for you. There we go, real quick. Let me cut this on if I can find it. Where you at, babe? All right. I'm out of here, people. Uh-oh. Hold on. Uh-oh. No, I can't be out of here if I don't got to cut it on. Hold on a second. Good Lord. Hold on. There we go. All right. Here we go.
You come. Say you just need one more fight. I feel my pulse in the way. Been thinking.
New banger.
You call my name through the doorway. Say you just need one more fight. I feel my pulse in the hallway. Been thinking about this all night. You're tied loose, top button undone. I'm trying hard to look busy when my thoughts come undone. Touch me like a secret in your office chair. Hold me by the waist, mess up my hair. Make my lipstick stain your collar, don't you care? I've been writing you in margins every day we're working. Text me like a secret that you never share, till the blinds fall down. And you got me right there. And you got me right there. You leaning close with the questions. I taste the coffee on your breath. You lay your hand on my shoulder. Hold it just a second to left. I'm signing forms, I'm shaking. Ink bleeding like my comb. I picture you behind me, and guiding rough and soft. Touch me like a secret in your office chair. Pull me by the waist, mess up my hair. Make my lipstick stain your collar, don't you care? I've been writing you in margins every day we're working. Touch me like a secret that you never share, till the blinds fall down. And you got me right there. And you got me right there. I wanna feel your jacket on the floor. Your voice dropping lower at the door. Your fingers tracing lines under my shirt. Slow circle, slow pressure, slow burn. Touch me like a secret in your office chair. Pull me by the waist, mess up my hair. Make my lipstick stain your collar, don't you care? I've been writing you in margins every day we're working. Touch me like a secret that you never share, till the blinds fall down. And you got me right there. And you got me right there. me one more. She said, little still said enough. One look in my chest and it all got tough. She was cool like a code I could never break. Soft-spoken queen with a steady weight. When the world got loud, she stayed low. That kind of love make a strong man slow. Now she ride with me through the smoke and the noise. Keeps it tight with me. Quiet strength, no toys. My chick ride with me. Never leave my side. My chick ride with me. Keep me alive tonight. My chick ride with me. When the pressure come through, my chick ride with me. And she know what to do. Ride with me. Seen fake love fold when the ring came due. Seen bright smiles fade when the day got blue. But she stayed right there in my roughest hour, like a front gate locked with a hidden power. If trouble get close, she don't make a sound. Just one step back and it all calm down. Dependable heart be low-key flame. Everybody knows, but they don't know her now. With me through the smoke and the noise, keeps it tight with me. Quiet strength, no toys. My chick ride with me. Never leave my side. My chick ride with me. Keep me alive tonight. My chick ride with me. When the pressure come through, my chick ride with me. And she know what to do. Ride with me. In the mirror I see what I used to be. Loudmouth pride, moving recklessly. Then she came in and the pace slowed down. Made a hard man learn how to hold his ground. So if the whole wide world want a piece of me, she the one thing they can't reach easy. No show or trust or real.